Hello and welcome back to Throttle Up. While Ioniq 5 was the key highlight of the Hyundai Pavilion in the Auto Expo, we also got to see the Ioniq 6, which is a much sportier version of the Ioniq 5. Although they do share the same platforms, the eGMP platform as Hyundai calls it, the Ioniq 6 looks much more sportier than the Ioniq 5 because the Ioniq 5 is a boxier hatchback-like design, whereas this one is a coupe-like design and it's sharp and aggressive. As for the engine options, we get a single motor and a dual motor which powers both the front and the rear wheel drive. So the single motor produces a maximum output of 225 horsepower while the dual motor produces a maximum output of 320 horsepower. So that's pretty amazing. As for the design, it follows the same pattern, the prophecy concept as Hyundai calls it, with this pixel-like LED designs in the headlamps that you also see in the Ioniq 5 as well. Just look at the design, just look at that bonnet which has the curves. It kind of reminds me of very expensive brands like the Ferraris or the Teslas and even the Porsches. It has a lot of resemblance to the Porsches. You get two projectors which are obviously completely LED. It follows the same gloss black treatment which we also get in the Ioniq 5, which houses our front parking sensors. The skid plate also houses some sensors which I think would be for ADAS and whatnot, because this would be a very futuristic and a very feature rich car, since one, it is a Hyundai, and two, this is what Hyundai is selling to us as vision of the future. So it has to be feature rich. As for the side profile, this is where things get really interesting because look at that sloping design of the roofline. If I somehow forget that I'm standing in a Hyundai Pavilion and this car has Hyundai logos, I would mistake it for a Porsche because it reminds me so much of the Porsche design language. I love it. Look at those alloy designs as well. The alloy designs are sportier, they are sharper, they mean business, and they are 20 inches, which are the production line for the abroad market for the Ioniq 6. We still don't have any launch date for the Indian Ioniq 6, but yes, we really hope that this actually makes it to the Indian shores. This is the alloy that I was talking about. Just look at it. It looks brilliant. It is diamond cut. It is sharp. It has so many features, but it's still easy on the eye. Somehow Hyundai has really pulled off this design really well when it comes to the alloy wheels. Look at that different colors fender also, which is contrasting to the body color, and that is the highlight, the rear profile. The rear profile obviously follows the same prophecy concepts, pixel-like design for the tail lamps, just we have seen in the Ioniq 5 as well, and even the pixelated design that we see on the front of the Ioniq 6 as well. So you get the pixel-like design for the tail lamps, the stop lamp, the reflectors are vertically placed on the corners of the bumper. There's a very fancy and a very different design for the shark fin antenna, and the best part is that spoiler that you see on the tailgate. This tailgate is so innovative that even mentioning about the basic things like the reflectors or the rear parking sensor and cameras feels redundant because it obviously has to be there. You get gloss black treatment below the tail lamps, and I'm just in awe of the design of Ioniq 6. I really hope that this car actually comes to the Indian market at a very good price, that we actually buy into the Hyundai's vision of electric cars, and then we start to see these cars on the roads in India. There are no outside rear mirrors because these are all cameras on both the sides, so everything that the camera would display would be inside the instrument cluster or the infotainment, and that is the way of the future. Many cars are doing it. Obviously the push-pull handles, the flushed door handles as they call it, for the Ioniq 6. I am just very excited for what the future holds for us when it comes to the Hyundai cars. It feels really promising, and given that they also are launching and at least giving us a glimpse of the Hyundai Nexo, which is powered by a hydrogen fuel cell, I'm really excited for what Hyundai has for us in the store for the future. So that was a short glimpse into the Hyundai's future and the walk around of Hyundai Ioniq 6. Do let me know in the comments what do you think about this car, and whether would you want Hyundai to launch this car in the Indian markets, and what price should it go for, given that 45 lakhs is the showroom price for the recently launched Ioniq 5. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more such car reviews and car related content. Keep watching Throttle Up, and do not forget to like this video as well if you appreciate our content. Keep watching Throttle Up.